Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Stephanie and I will be your yoga teacher for today. I have done this flow special for us skiers. We are in our most favorite mountain cabin in Beach Mountain, and after a full day of skiing, my hips and my shoulders are feeling it. So we're really going to get those areas stretched out so that we can be loosened up for another day of skiing. We're going to start in cobbler. So if your hips are really tight, you can prop your hips up on a block and then bring those feet to touch, lengthening through that spine, allowing those knees to hang heavy here. Go ahead and close your eyes down. Just dropping in right here. Going ahead and setting your intention today. A great one would be, I am loose, joyful, and free. That's what we are ultimately here for with Yoga with Stephanie. It's to feel more joyful and free within our bodies. Once you feel good here, we're going to take side stretches. So go ahead and place that left hand down. Now if you're propped up on the block like me, the ground is probably 3 to 4 inches further away than normal, and that's okay. We're just stretching through the side right now. This shoulder may be a little sore, and that's okay. Just reach that right hand towards the left. Trying to take the gaze up towards the ceiling. And breathing. If that shoulder is tight, imagine sending that breath to that tight area. Inhale, back to center. Plant that right hand down. Left hand sweeps up and over. This feels really nice to me. When we are skiing and then poles and constantly using them creates shoulder soreness. And a lot of people don't even think about how sore our arms and shoulders get from the pole usage. Inhale, back to center. If you want to leave the block, you can, but we're going to extend the right leg out to the right and then pull this left leg into the right thigh. If you're tight, okay, you got to use grace with yourself. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, we're just going to hinge at the hips, keeping the gaze forward. We're trying to stretch through the lower body here. So just maintaining that straight spine, gaze is forward. We're not rounding by looking down. We're kind of keeping the gaze up in order to not round through the spine. And breathe. Maybe even giving this right foot a little massage. Showing that body that you are here to take care of it, not just abuse it. Beautiful. Slowly we come up and we're going to replace. So left leg goes out long and that right foot comes into that left thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we fold. Hinging at those hips. And we are breathing. As always, there's no sharp shooting or stabbing pains. And we're not holding the breath. We are breathing. We are actively focusing on the inhales and the exhales of our breath. Knowing that these inhales and exhales really allow our bodies to know that we are okay. This is what we're here to do. This is what we are here for. And slowly we peel up. We're coming around for all fours. So go ahead and make sure that your shoulders are over your wrist. Your hips are over those knees. Those knees are about hip width apart and the hands are shoulder width apart. Gaze is right in between those thumbs. We're going to take cat-cow here, so go ahead and drop that belly, lift that chest. Inhale. And exhale, we start rounding from those hips all the way up through the spine for cat. Inhale, we lift that chest. Exhale, we round. Go ahead and do a few of these, matching up your movement with your breath. Really stretching through those hips here and allowing that stretch through the shoulders. Wherever you are, go ahead and take one more set. And then we'll meet back in our tabletop. We're going for threading the needle. So go ahead and inhale that right arm up. And exhale it through this left area. Okay, you can have your ear down on the mat. This left hand can stay on the mat for support. Or if you feel like you can take it up above. Or you can take it around to that right thigh. Opening up through the shoulders. Just whatever feels good for you here. Nice little digestive massage too. Big belly breaths here. And inhale, release that left hand back to the mat. Inhale, that right hand will come up all the way towards that ceiling again. And exhale, we release it. Back in our tabletop, we're going to inhale that left hand up and thread it through the right. Same thing as the other side. You can leave this right hand on the mat for support, or you can take it up overhead, or you can try to find that left thigh to open up through that shoulder just a little more. Breathe into that belly. And on your next exhale, you release that hand and bring it back to the mat and sweep that left hand back up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. We are all back in our all fours position. We're going to step this left foot behind the right and open up into gate. Just a little side stretch again, stretching through that left shoulder, left side body. Breathing. We're going to bring this left foot up for our lunge. So once you get here, you can bring your hands to your knee. Yes, your hip flexors and your hips are going to feel this lunge. If it feels better, leave the hands on the mat. You saw me about not come up, but I think I can stand it to come up. Just try. Whatever feels good for you here. Breathe. We imagine our breath as a light beam. We imagine we send it down to that area with all that tightness. Allow that light beam, that breath, to massage that muscle, bringing that oxygen back to that tight area, allowing that blood flow. Hands to mat. Press back, half splits, making sure the hips are square. Maybe a little bend in this left leg is a welcome. Gaze is forward. Breathing, no holding, no clenching here. And roll forward. We're going to put the right hand beside that left foot. Now the back toes, you can leave them down or you can tuck them and lift up. Sweep that left hand up. Revolve side angle. Should feel nice in the hips. Exhale, release. We're going to just step back and lower down, coming back into our all fours tabletop position here. We're stepping the right foot behind the left, coming into gate on this side. Stretching all down that right side body. Maybe taking that gaze up towards the ceiling. Just really feeling this all the way from those toes, all the way up to the fingers. Slowly, we're going to bring this right foot up beside that left hand. Okay, and we're here in our low lunge, so if this side feels different, of course, if you feel like staying down, we're just going to keep the hands down and feel the stretch. Otherwise, we'll bring that left hand on that left hip, right hand on that right knee. And we breathe. No holding or clenching that breath. Really feeling this all down this hip flexor. Should feel really nice though. Perfect stretch. Going to bring those hands back to the mat and press our hips back, coming in for half splits. Square in those hips, a nice bend in that right knee is great. Gaze is forward. This should feel really nice, just like the lunge. On your next exhale, we're going to roll forward. Now the left hand's coming beside that right foot, and you can tuck the back toes or leave them down. Choice is yours. Right hand up towards the ceiling. Revolved side angle. Breathe. Beautiful. Plant that hand. Step those feet back. And lower down those knees. Let's go ahead and walk the hands forward just a little bit. Maybe walking the knees back a couple inches. We're coming in for puppy. So allowing the shoulders stretch here. You can keep your head off the mat or you can bring your forehead to the mat. Whichever feels better for you here. If you're living in quite an open body, you can come up onto the fingertips to deepen that stretch through the tight shoulders. And we breathe. And gently, we're going to come onto our bellies. Go ahead and plant your hands between your shoulders or under your shoulders. And we're going to come in and we're going to do some cobras. So inhale, we lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we lift. And fold. And we lift, and we're going to hold this time. Maybe coming into seal. Pressing hard or straightening the arms here. Gazes forward. Yes. Very nice. Go ahead and press back. And come in through a child's pose here. If a wide-legged child's pose feels better, go ahead and take the knees to the outside edges of the mat. We're just going to take 2 deep breaths here. And on our exhale, we will tuck the toes and send those booties up, coming in for our first downward dog of the day. It should feel really nice. We're not going to be here long, but do go ahead and give your dog a little walk, alternating between the feet. And when you feel good here, we're going to sweep that right leg up. 3-leg dog with the right leg. Hold. Feel those hips. We're going to step this right foot to the outside edge of the right hand, coming in for lizard. You can leave this back leg up, or you can bring it down. We're going to stay lifted on this lizard. Maybe taking that right hand to the right leg and applying just a touch of pressure. This posture alone should feel so juicy, yummy to the hips. Just breathe. Nice. We're going to come in for our pigeon. So we're bringing this right knee to our right thumb, keeping the feet active. Okay, my hips are really tight. If you want to use your blocks under that hip on the right, please be my guest. Once you feel good, you can go ahead and walk the hands forward, folding into your pigeon here. Or if it feels better, you can stay lifted. Wherever you are, we are thinking happy thoughts. We are excited about getting back out there for another trip down the mountain. Breathe, inhale and exhale. And inhale, we rise our upper bodies up. You can move that block if you had it there. And step that foot back. We're in an all fours position, but we're going to tuck our feet coming back into our downward dog. You can pedal the feet if you'd like. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and jump to the other side. Inhale, left leg up, 3-leg dog. Breathe, feel that hip, feel that hamstring stretch. And bring that left foot to the outside edge of that left hand. You can keep that back leg lowered or lifted, whichever feels best. And we are going to stay lifted in this lizard. Maybe bringing that left hand to that left thigh, applying just a little bit of light pressure. Very juicy. We want to make sure that foot stays on the mat. It can be pivoted, but we don't want it to be coming off the mat. We want to get the stretch through the hips. Next, we're coming in for pigeon on this side. So go ahead and bring that left knee to that left thumb. Active feet here. This side doesn't feel quite as bad, but if you want to use your block, please stuff it under that left hip. And when you feel good here, we can walk the hands forward, coming down onto our forearms, or you can come all the way down if you wish. And we are breathing, sending that loving energy to that tight hip. And ever so gently we are pushing up. And going ahead and coming back through our all fours position. And we're going to swing it over and come on down to our backs. So you can hug those knees in, maybe take a little rock and roll. You know, if you're into that sort of thing. We love that here on the channel. Nice little back massage. And playfulness is good for absolutely everyone. And once you land on your back, go ahead and pull those legs down, coming in for happy baby. You can pull at the calves, or you can pull at the ankles, or you can pull at the outside edges of the feet. The knees are coming towards the armpits, just a general direction to think about. They're not actually going to meet the armpits. Maybe one day. Laying in this position, your hips should feel just a bit looser. We've really gotten into them. And then the stretch through the shoulders should have felt very lovely. Just take a few deep breaths here. Thanking yourself for showing up, for allowing yourself this time to work on you, to give your body some love. We had playtime, and now we showed the body love. We're going to come into a Savasana with our legs in cobbler. So if you would like to take it with me, we will not be here long. Maybe bring in the left hand on the belly, right hand on the chest. Allowing your body to feel the inhales and the exhales. Showing up on vacation while skiing is not the easiest thing, so you should be very proud of yourself for taking this time, knowing that it is so worth it. Very gently, we're going to come back to the body. Maybe taking a full body stretch before rolling over to one side and pushing up into our easy seat. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I wish you safety, and I wish you tons of fun out there skiing today. Get out there and shred that snow, even if it is pizza style. Namaste.